everybody, Kanari here, and it's been a rough week for me, or a whole weekend for me, but anyway, this is my review on both the Danganronpa 3, the Despair arc, and the Future arc. Now, these two episodes is actually centered around 3 characters, actually 4. In fact, it's mainly the backstory behind what was the feud with Ruruka, Izayoi, and Seiko. Now, if you don't know who these 3 are, Seiko is the ultimate pharmacist, Ruruka is the ultimate baker, and Izuru is the ultimate blacksmith. And what they do, it turns out, it made a whole lot of sense. When we left off in episode 4 of the Future arc, yes, it was Monica Toa that got involved with the current killing game. However, it didn't make a whole lot of sense, like what was going on between those 3 characters. And it made sense. So, in the Despair arc, we have Nagito. Nagito is known as the ultimate luck student, and the thing was, there was a major test. They don't have to do any of these major exams like the reserve students do, but these are to test their talents, and it's going to be televised in on television. I don't know which channel it was at the time, but it's irrelevant. And these are like, you're judged by your talent. His talent doesn't really get involved with a whole lot of things because he is the ultimate lucky student. And it doesn't matter if he's it's good luck or bad luck. It just doesn't matter. So anyway, he went up to talk to Seiko, the ultimate pharmacist. Turns out she was still a student at Hope's Peak Academy. And he asked her, do you mind giving me your best laxative? Now, due to this luck, due to his luck, it switches. That is part of these 4 characters' despair. Ruruka asked for a special medicine that makes her sweets, like, ultimately awesome. And she said, okay, for the laxative, it's the one on the right, and for you, this medicine's on the left. And it was, the blue one is the laxative, where the green one is the special medicine. And technically, Ruruka has been using Seiko for the longest time because she makes, all she wanted was friends, and at the same time, she wanted, like, some wacky. And Nagito actually was planning on setting up a bomb and blowing up the gym. And it turns out it did happen, unfortunately, to his thing. Excuse me. Itchy nose. Unfortunately, on his luck, it didn't start out, it blew up, but it didn't really work in his favor. What it did, it actually postponed the practical exams, or the special exams, but Izayoi, Seiko, and Ruka were they were kicked out, and that's because of the bombing. All it really was a misunderstanding and a huge mix-up between Seiko and Nagito, and that was it. That was started it all, and this made a whole lot of sense because they blamed Seiko for mixing one medicine to the laxative just because of that, and it was her fault to not, like, understanding her plight as well. And Nagito got suspended. Whoopie flippin' do. But he'll return. But also, Chisa was transferred from the main course to the reserved course. And this is where she needed to be. Because the reserve course, what that does is she can find out what was really going on between the administrators and the reserve course students. And this is where we get to meet up with Izuru, the ultimate despair. And that's all it started with Despair episode 4. In future arc, we found out what was really going on with between those three as well until now. Izui just found the secret entrance to the command center. And it's just like typical for little kids, like the picture of their favorite mascot, which is Monokuma. And it was Ruka found out of the Seiko's secret or forbidden power or forbidden action was she's not allowed to have her shadow get stepped on. That's why she moved from one window to another, and she made sure she stay away. And she's like, well, I can help you out if you kill blah blah blah. Pretty much. My suspicion is why Seiko did not eat the sweets is because she's either one, deathly allergic to her sweets, or two, she is diabetic. Now, diabetes, if I know correctly, diabetes is more or less depending on blood sugar. I mean, there's 2 types, maybe 3. One type 1, you cannot create insulin and you have to put in insulin shots. The other one, you have to maintain a certain level of blood sugar. You end up eating a whole lot. And I have actually dealt with friends and colleagues who have both type 1 and type 2. And this is a lifelong disease where you can actually die from it. But it's not considered an allergic reaction. And that's what I think Seiko does have a thing. It's like, if I eat any of her sweets, I might die. But this is actually her speculation that her sweets are poisonous as well. And to me, it made a whole lot of sense. With the chairman and the ultimate screw it. Taka, the ultimate class president, they went into a bit of a confrontation while he's on his dying breath. He wasn't dead yet. But he asked a question and he answered it truthfully. And he said that must be a lie because why would you say that? He showed up his bracelet and he revealed his forbidden action. He is not a lie. He is supposed to tell the truth or answer any question with the truth. If he lied, he will die instantly. But he was ultimately his throat was slashed and he died, saying things like, "You don't know anything about hope yet." And Yosuke lost his eye. It is actually the same way as Fuyuhiko's lost his eye, except his eye was slashed, whereas his eye was literally impaled by a bar, which really doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Finally, they ended with the final sector of the game. And the truth is that Seiko was the next time to die. She was stabbed. But how is a good question. And believe it or not, I still have a suspicion that it was Monica, Toa, and Miyaya did this. But how? Why? How? Like, literally how? Because she is on one end of the spectrum where the other, she was on one side of the building, whereas Miyaya was on the other end. But how can that be? But due to the fact that she has a special drug where she ends up waking up within a few minutes early and going killing off everybody else. That's what she did with Gozu, and that's what she did with Chisa. Now the third known victim of the killing game is Seiko. I was kind of doubted, but I knew something has to do with Seiko at this. And then you see a lot of flashbacks that made a whole lot of sense. Like she met the two in grade school, where she tried to save the dog, and she saved the puppy, but not the mama dog. And she was upset, but they became friends, and they became rely on her a lot more. And they went to the same school, so on and so forth, including working together with the Future Foundation and going to Hope Speak Academy. Now, it is made a whole lot of sense that the comment was, I was a second year. As she said, I was first year. Talking about Nagito. Nagito, it is confirmed that they are freshmen in high school. Anyway, in Japan, high school and junior high is not like ours, so to speak. Japanese schools, we do start off with kindergarten, but kindergarten is like a separate school. And then as soon as you graduate from kindergarten, you go into the first grade, but you have to do with an exam, and then you go 6th grade, then you study for your middle school exam, you go to middle school, and you start at the 7th grade, technically 7th grade in America, to 9th grade high school, 9th grade, and then you study for your high school exams, and then you go into your first year in high school, which is your sophomore in high school. Technically, the spare students are in fact 15 and 16 years old. This is technically that range, and it makes a whole lot of sense. Hiro, if you remember who Hiro is a psychic, and he was shown briefly, but never seen again throughout the other episodes yet. It turns out he's still outside, still fighting off whoever is going to shoot him. I do believe has something to do with Nagito. I do not know. But my best bet is we will find out who will die next. And will they ever figure out about Monica? My best bet is Monica is still in the building. But that's all I can say. It is true, by the way she's dressed like Junko. She is actually possessed by the spirit of Junko. Like all the memories, and she is technically Junko. And that's all I know. My review with this is they brought in more of a story arc and a lot of character development between these three characters. The disappointment, the melancholy, the disappointment, and the disappearance of Nagito, Comida, that's his name, Comida, is more of a nod to the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. If you don't know that whole anime is, I never really saw the anime myself, but I've actually heard stories about it. Like, is actually one parallel to Lucky Star, and Lucky Star is kind of like a parody, like making fun of, whereas that anime is not, real in their world, whereas in our world, those two are the anime. It's like a nod to him. Because, of course, he is not really a special person, per se. He's just like some ordinary guy. You just have like extremely good luck or extremely bad luck. And that's pretty much him. He's like either have good luck or bad luck on his side. Where that's because he does not have a real talent. Now, what will be the next episode of the next two episodes? We won't find out. I have a funny feeling it has something to do with Sonia Nevermind, or something completely different, something like out of whack. But I have yet to see something about her that is completely despairingly, like shows her being upset, being in despair. Because she is one of the members of the Remnants of Despair, being the ultimate princess. Personally, her talent is nothing more. It's like she is a princess from another country, and she is on, she's living either in the dorms or in the embassy of her country, because this says that she is from a small country and she is considered a princess. That is not a talent. The ultimate Yakuza, not a talent. Because remember, in this series of it, you have to be at least some form of high school super talented in your field. For example, the ultimate boxer, he's very talented at being a boxer, although he uses weapons. The ultimate house cleaner, she's really good with housekeeping. The ultimate scout, that's not a talent, really. It's really not a talent. Farmer, not considered a talent, but if he's like really good, like how to take care of his farm really well, then yeah, that is considered a talent. What else? Confectionery. Oh, there's a lot of talent when it comes to baking. You don't know half of it. Pharmacy, understanding drugs and chemicals. Blacksmith, that's not just a talent, that is also a profession. Animator, you're good at art, so yes. Toko Furukawa being the ultimate writer, that is a lot of talent. Everyone else everyone has a really good talent here and there, but some of these don't have really a talent. So, that's my personal opinion on that. But what is your thought on the whole 2 episodes as we speak about the trio that was kicked out of school, was expelled due to the fact that it was all a misunderstanding? Write everything down. Write your thoughts on the comments below. Please, to end this off, please like and subscribe. Plug me on social media. Be a part of the Storm Kingdom. And this is your host, your pretty guardian, Kaminari, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!